So now here in Photoshop, we have our image and we have the lighting, the specular, and the color map. So let's first put them all in the same file. So lighting here, specular as well. I'm just copy and pasting, and color map as well. Okay, so let's just first thing call this main, this ambient occlusion, specular, and color ID. Okay, now we need to click here and convert to smart object. So this way, every change we're going to make in terms of filters will not be destructive. We can always go back. So now let's go to camera raw filter. And here we will do some changes to the color. So let's say about 2. This tint, I'm gonna make it a little bit more this color, more towards the pink color. I will increase a little bit the highlights as well. The shadows I will decrease, so it gives more contrast. Then about the whites I will increase as well. Okay. I'm not going to touch the blacks. Clarity I will increase. This will give the image a little bit more sharpness. And as for vibrance, I will increase as well a little bit. And the saturation I will decrease. If you click here, you can see the before and after. So far it's very slight changes, but we already remove a little bit of this washed out effect, you know. Okay, so that's it for this menu. We'll not touch anything else here. Press OK. Now, another thing we need, it's add back some of the lens imperfections. So to do this, we can go to Filter and Lens Correction. Okay, in this lens correction, we'll go here to Custom, and we will add 1. Okay, then we will add here this red and cyan fringe, is basically the chromatic aberration. So we'll add this about, let's see, about 35. And on this one, 35 as well. Okay. Then we need some vignetting. Let's decrease this to about here. Okay. And increase the midpoint a little bit. Okay. And I think everything else is fine. Let's press OK. So if you see the before and after, it's loading. Okay. Let's add a little bit of noise to the image, kind of like it's a real camera as well. So I usually add about 2.4% with the distribution to uniform and monochromatic. So if I zoom, you can see just slightly, but it makes some difference in the overall image. Let's go here to ambient occlusion. What I like to do is go to, first of all, what we need to do, since we had this lens correction, we also need to add the lens correction to these two effects. So I'm going to just select them and convert to smart object. And now I will, select this one, smart object, and this one, smart object. Okay, now I'll go to filter and lens correction. I'll put the same settings. Here put 1, 35, 35. Here minus 22, 55. Okay. Because if we don't do this, then our image will be different than, our ambient occlusion will be different than the main image. And now we just go here and we can just press here to the last effect used. And we'll do the same thing. Here less 22, 55. Okay. Okay. Now if you see, they are correct. Okay. Now let's start with this one. I like to add levels, and I'll press Alt key and press here. Okay. So it just affects this layer. And I like to increase this more or less until here. Okay. And this until here. Okay. And I'll also add another one, and I'll decrease the saturation. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll create a layer mask by clicking here, and I'll put this to multiply. With this black color selected, I will just press Alt backspace. Oops, like this, Alt backspace. And now I'm just going to give some more shadows where they are missing. For example, here, I think we could have a little bit more shadow. So to do this, we'll just select on color ID, just this part, okay? And now we go here, and with a larger brush, more or less like this, not too much, this is fine, about 15%, we'll just start with a white color, start brushing out a little bit, like this. Okay, so basically we are giving some more shadow there. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I'm going to remove just a little bit. Okay, now for this one it's fine, I think here. Yeah, here the shadows are nice. Oh, by the way, we forgot to add on this one. We need to add the same thing. Okay, now you see that it's matching the color ID. Okay, so here let's see if we can fix this part just by selecting this, and now go here and let's see if we can add a little bit. Okay, oops, I don't want here. Basically, I just want around this area. It's better, but we will improve this a little bit more. In the final image, we will just clone stamp this area a little bit. But for now, it's a little bit better. Okay, go back. All right, now we need to select now the specular and change the blend mode to screen. And this basically will create more reflection on the more reflective areas. Let's make it feel about 40%. Okay, I think I like this, it's nice. Now, we need to do other thing here. We need to select this area here, and it's selecting this green, so let's just deselect all of this green. Okay, and now I just need to create more warm color there. So let's just go here, use saturation, make it more saturated color, like this. Okay, less saturated. Okay, let's just call this backlight. Okay. Yep. Another thing, I left these chairs purposely darker, so I can show you how we can fix this in post. So let's go here, select this, this, and this. Okay, select all the cushions of the chair. And now we're going to add a exposure effect. And now we're going to increase until here. Okay. Now we're going to control click the mask. So it selects again the same mask and going to color balance. And I want to change a little bit this color to a more gold color. Like this. Let's go to the shadows and do the same thing here. Okay, this here, let me just see. No, not this. Like this. Okay, now let's see the before and after. See? So there's a lot we can do with this color ID. And actually I'm going to do one more thing. I don't like how this floor became too blue. So to fix this, let's go here again. Let's select this. We actually could just click here, this contiguous check, and just select this. It will select all the yellow, okay? The same color, and this one, and this one, holding shift. So now we just need to deselect what we don't need, which is these parts here. We don't need this. And this as well. We don't need this as well. Okay. Let's select this again and add this one here. Okay. And this one. And I think it's pretty much everything. Actually, it's missing this one. Okay. Okay. So let's deselect. And again, let's go to filter, color balance, and we'll make it more red and less green, less blue. To the shadows, the same thing, more red, more like this, green a little bit, and yellowish. Okay, and I'll control click again, and I'll go to the saturation, and I will decrease just a little bit. So now let's see the before, see, super blue, and after. See how we can change completely this floor color. Now, another important thing we'll add, it's some lens flares to these emissive lights. So to do this, we have on the folder some lens flares. Okay, we can open, and let's see, we need this one. Just drag and drop. Okay, so this one, I think it will look nice. Just invert here. Okay. And we change the blend mode to screen. And when you change to screen, you see that since it's not completely black, we still have this line. So we'll just erase it with a mask. But for now, let's just position it in place. Okay, something like this. Let's create a mask. Make it big, and just with a black color, just start. You can even put like 25%. Opacity, and just start erasing on these areas. Okay, I'll even erase just a little bit here because I think it's too much. Okay, so I think it's looking much better. Look, without and with. Okay, now we'll do the same thing here. Oh, but on this one we'll add, let's see, this one. Yes, this one is nice. We need just to change to screen. Okay. the scale of it like this, rotate. I'll actually leave it more or less like this and just place it here. Like so. Now for this one, we're gonna do something. We're gonna select this, okay? And we're going to remove, make a mask. No, actually, first we make a mask, and then we are going to select this and press Alt backspace to remove here, okay? And now I just want to add back just a little bit, okay? Now deselect, and let's remove here. Okay. Now let's add some flares here on the top lights. So let's add this one. Let's move it about here. Let's make it screen so we can see where we are positioning, and make it smaller. Okay, actually I'm just going to rasterize this and already delete this. Okay. Okay. Now we need to make a mask and just erase these parts. Okay, now we need to duplicate and start adding them here. So you see how much nicer this looks now? Let's add all the flares into one group layer. Let's click here, holding Shift, click here. And now let's rename it this lens flare. Okay. Now we can see the difference before and after. There is another thing I want to do, and below this layer, I want to create a new layer. And now I want to add from here, about here, like this, with a lasso tool, and I will just create a gradient. It can be a normal, no, this color, like a blue color. So, okay. Now make it like this. Well, actually, before making like this, I will just click here on this button, and I'll go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I'll make this big. Okay, click again, and now we can make the gradient. Okay, change this to linear dot add, and let's change it to about 35%, maybe less, like this. Actually, a little bit less, let's say about 15%. One last thing I want to do to my image, I want to add now on top of all of this some color balance and some curves. So let's start with curves. I'll push this here a little bit to the top and this one a little bit lower. So like this, so there's a little bit more contrast to the image. Then I'll select color balance, and on color balance I will put the midtones about 1, and here about 3 or 4. Okay, then for the shadows I'll move this towards